That beautiful sunlight. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your AstroShaman Pernell Bobby, and we are here generating a world of harmony, leveraging astrology and human design. I'm going to look to do a little bit of both today in this Venus and Aquarius message. Okay, if you're here right now, even if you're watching this on replay, I'm going to premiere this. I want you to drop the emoji in the chat box of Aquarius. Okay, if you really rock with Aquarius, if you have an Aquarius friend, if you have Aquarius energy in your chart, drop Aquarius, drop where it's at in your chart, and let us know. Okay, this is a major time. Okay, I'm really liking this. We're still in the winter solstice, so understand that we're coming off a Capricorn new moon. You know, while Venus is in Aquarius, you're gonna soon come up on the full moon in Cancer. On January 6th, you're gonna have the full moon in Cancer at 16 degrees, and this matters because this winter solstice energy, this cooler energy, me out here wearing a sweater, it's the kind of coldness that a lot will associate with Aquarius, but we need to learn more and more where that comes from. And part of this is the fact that Saturn is the ruler of Aquarius, traditionally speaking, and then Uranus comes in next. So Saturn is a naturally cold and dry planet. A lot of that Capricorn type energy, we're in Capricorn season as I record this message. Plenty of planets in the sky. All right, this matters because, you know, we all like to love Aquarius for that funky, that quirky, that eccentric, that you don't ever know what's going to happen next. They are the queen and kings of surprise, and they really, quite frankly, love being known as individuals, known Saturn, known high authority powers, known as individuals that are here to bring something that you just have not ever known to exist, to be able to break rules and regulations in ways that they still follow the rules, they still follow the regulations. And a lot of this is Aquarius ability, is Venus in Aquarius, is us valuing the limitations that has been placed upon us valuing the inner rebel that has sparked within us. Now, as I bring in a human design, okay, my natal Venus is actually in Gemini. Okay, great. But in human design, on my unconscious chart, all right, when my soul came into conception, my Venus is in Aquarius. So if you have a natal Venus in Aquarius, or okay, another natal would be Taurus. If you have a natal Taurus, okay, if you have a natal Taurus, you very likely, there's only a 2-degree possibility for error, you very likely have a Venus in Aquarius as well. Okay, if you're a Taurus sun, you're very likely going to have an unconscious sun in Aquarius as well. Okay, wherever Taurus is at in your chart, your planets, you very likely have that opposing. Okay, and that's just some basic math I've been learning how to do. Now, the reason I say this and why this is super important is Venus, okay, naturally ruled by Taurus, naturally ruled by Libra, okay. When you put it in Aquarius, it is all about a customizable love story, a customizable love style, and a part of that customization requires distance. All right, so if you're in a relationship, you're in a committed romantic partnerships, what you may be realizing is that like a certain sense and form of separation is ridiculously healthy, and you're starting to recognize, okay, for my Scorpio rising, for example, where, you know, codependency potentially has formed because you watched parents try to stick things out thick and thin, or even you know, play or show narratives that, you know, don't allow you to find a more eccentric form of never seen before type of love, where distance is a part of a love language. And you've all seen a 5 love language: receiving, gifts, you know, quality time. Aquarius is major in quality time. So understand that quality time does not equate to, you know, having to, you know, be slobbering and globbering all over, because Aquarius has a very hard and, you know, exterior, right? And they really do have a soft interior. They really are marshmallows on the inside, but they understand that in order for a love to be lasting, which Saturn wants, Venus wants that, okay? Venus and Saturn have a great relationship. Understand the exaltation of Saturn is Libra. I've been saying this forever now, and it's like when a moment I found that out, I was like, oh my God, it was like, and so Venus, you know, Libra, this the relationship that you think about is love. So it's like that exaltation is understanding that there's a balance. Okay, you can't just slobber and drool over your partner all day every day and think that that's healthy. All right, a lot of this when you talk Saturn is about really recognizing how can we, from a higher vantage point, which Aquarius is always about, above Earth itself, from space and beyond, how can we, from a higher vantage point, start to see, you know, our love style as more customizable, as something separate from what, from a heritage and a traditional cultural standpoint, we have been raised to adore. All right, Aquarius is like, look, I'm the rebel for a reason. I want to be a part of the pressure, be a part of recognizing, okay, observing the limitations to this style of love, and actually finding a way to customize it, actually finding a way to detach. Not that I don't love, not that I don't feel, because if you look, all right, Aquarius has about 4 gates or so in the root chakra in human design, for example, and then they have about 2 more gates in the solar plexus, okay? The solar plexus. And the solar plexus in human design is that ambition, is that willpower, which a lot of things relating to what? Okay? Saturn, all right? 555 on screen. Big change, and everybody's having big revelations right now, okay? Aquarius is a sign of revelations, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, when I learned, again, in my unconscious chart, I have a Venus in Aquarius, things started to change. I have a moon in Aquarius, things started to change. Okay, this is soul family. So at 24 degrees, Venus will meet with Saturn. Venus will meet with the moon at 24 degrees. Saturn has been in Aquarius for like 2 years, 2.5 years. This is what initially began that lockdown, aka limitation. And through that limitation, you have become an entrepreneur. Through that limitation, you have become the more unique version of yourself and started saying, who are your real friends when things get tough, when things get rough? Who can last? Who can endure? And also, who can propel you into the future? Are you feeling a charge on me today, ladies and gentlemen? This sun coming in, this yellow is, I feel like Ralph Smart right now in the moment. What a moment to be alive. What a beautiful moment to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Ralph, man. I ain't trying to jock your style. That's all you, baby. But you know, this is Aquarius, about being able to, you know, really validate, you know, the uniqueness and the greatness of another person and realize that ain't got nothing to do with me. I can sit there and praise you. I can sit there and align and value, you know. Whoa. Okay, the ops is out. Okay, all right. You know, they ain't gonna stop me. They ain't gonna stop me. All right. Is that it? That's it. We gotta move. All right, baby, we're gonna move. It's wind sign. It's air sign. We're gonna move. We gotta move. We're gonna move. Okay. We ain't gonna let that stop us. Okay, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is what it is when you come across limitations, right? My little gitmo back there, you see it right here, right? My little gitmo went ahead and said, nah, we ain't doing it. We ain't gonna. That's cool. Limitation, fine. You want me to move? I'm gonna move. This is what air signs do. So now back to the message. We can't forget about Uranus's impact. Okay, Uranus is the more modern ruler of Aquarius, and it really fits. Okay, every 7 years we go through these major metabolic and just DNA shifts, literally at a genetic level. The enzymes, the hormones, okay, all the scientific stuff that's running in your body, they go through a major change. You might be allergic to peanuts, and then 7 years later, you're not allergic to peanuts anymore, okay? And this goes above and beyond just food. But food counts because, again, Saturn, stability, what we need to feel structured, safe. Venus is naturally ruled in Taurus, food, agriculture, okay, nature foods. You're gonna find with this Venus Aquarius really that you're gonna start valuing more alternative diets. I'm gonna straight up tell you that. You know, you might be like, I'm never gonna be a vegan, and you might choose veganism. Or you might be a vegan and you realize, you know what, not all vegan food is healthy, because it's not, okay, ladies and gentlemen. But you're also going to start recognizing what foods have you eaten from a cultural standpoint. You might realize, like if you're me, for example, that like there are certain seasons that meat is just a part of my life. And there are certain seasons where meat is an absolute no-go. Okay. And this is just a part of it from a cultural standpoint. Like I have family lineage where food will actually connect me back to parts of my lineage. Now, the moon will also be at 24 degrees with Venus in Aquarius and 24 degrees with Saturn in Aquarius at 24 degrees, and this is in the third decan. It's at 24 degrees, the last decan, which means this is a collective, this is a world narrative. A lot of the indiscrepancies going on with cryptocurrencies or monies, quote unquote Taurus, again Venus, monies in the technological atmosphere, which equates to like crypto, which equates to blockchain, which equates to alternative monies and how we may fund and value something. Understand that, when we trade, we're trading resources. Again, Saturn, Taurus, resources. We're trading resources, and at one point in the world, and one point of life and time, Aquarius can see that bread was valuable. So you trade bread. At one point in time, a cow was valuable. So you would trade your cow, and you would get, it wasn't always gold. That's my point. It wasn't always a green dollar sign. That's my point. It's social currency with a Venus in Aquarius. And Saturn getting there, it's showing us who has been the social currents that has actually propelled us and gave us something more unique than, you know, a physical dollar that has only the value that we assign to it. So this is a major theme with the Venus in Aquarius, along with customizable forms of love, along with separation, as a form of understanding that, you know, distance is a love language. You know, being able to let your partner go off with her girlfriend, being able to let your boyfriend go off with his boys, and, you know, being able to say, look, I'm going to take a trip, I'm going to be gone for a week, and I'm not going with you. I actually love this break. And then, you knowing that that little separation will actually bring you closer in union later. So, you know, traditionally speaking, your parents might have been like, no, you know, you got to stick it through thick and thin. And it's like, these narratives are not, all right, my arm is getting tired, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up. I'm getting tired. I feel like flipping the script, but I don't know how that's going to look on YouTube. I feel like flipping the script, so we don't know how that's going to look, so we're going to leave it alone, okay? Listen, so as I get ready to finish this message, close the message up, what's important is, at 8 degrees, Mars in Gemini, which is in retrograde, will trine. I think the retrograde might be ending around that trine time. I don't know. I don't have a chart in front of me. But 8 degrees, this is kind of saying the more gloomier side of Aquarius energy, you got to really tap into it. It's like limitations is what I said. So through limitation, what happens? Depression, suppression, okay, melancholy. And melancholy is a prerequisite to creativity. Aquarius knows this. Saturn and Capricorn, they know this. All right, even Libra knows this, but Libra has a little bit better of an ability to never show you those times when they're melancholic. Okay, they know how to just be melancholic and not show you. But again, another part of Venus. So what I'm saying is like 8 degrees is where everything gets dirty, is where everything is mucky, is where everything gets you know, just soiled. All right, think of it like a baby soiling his pampers. Like, you got to clean that stuff up. So a trining energy, it has given us a harmonious moment with Venus and Aquarius trining Mars, which cuts in Gemini. This is about cutting out the anxiety thoughts, cutting out the thoughts that is stopping us from transformation. Like, everybody in this moment, you know, you got to really look at the friendships and value the friendships that are willing to have a conversation with you that might hurt. It might bring up some pain. It might bring up an old narrative. It might show you a psychological motivation that is just completely outdated and not customizable. Something that is just tied to a form of, all right, this is what always has been, and so this is what is. And it's like, no, Aquarius is like, no, we're going to rebel. We're going to break that. Okay, we're not playing with this. We're not playing with this energy. We're not going that way. So the 8 degree trine will really be beneficial before we get to that 24 degree conjunction with the moon, with Venus, and with Saturn. And at 24 degrees now, Pisces, where we can finally finish up this karma. We can close it out. Okay, we can find ourselves in retreat and isolation through that ability to be with partners and be with connections and be with friends that recognize, like, right now I got a friend. I miss my friend dearly. You know, I'm actually wearing his shirt underneath, but it's like I had to have some tough conversations, and I had to be like, look, right now, this ain't healthy for me to be with you. The time frame will come back around, and I know that. I know it in my heart. And Aquarius, Venus Aquarius, can value that distance and say, look, when we come back together, we're going to come back stronger. And when we come back together, we're going to realize, damn, this is the best thing you could ever do. This is love. This is love. This is love. And the frequencies of love will transmute the anxiety, will transmute the depression. It'll transmute the pain in the mind of having that monkey mind and having the repetition of, you know, thoughts that are really limiting us. But that limitation is a requirement. And Aquarius knows that in order for us to actually go through these 7-year changes, in a 7-year time span, there's a ton of pressure, and that pressure will eventually collapse the not self, okay, and align us with the true self, the authentic self. And that's, again, Saturn, naturally Capricorn ruled, about the feminine energy of authenticity. Aquarius, that's why it's so important to be authentic. Inauthenticity does not work. And Aquarius is a masculine sign, so let's not forget. And it has those waters, those cooling waters that can, any fires that escape and get outside the boundaries and the barriers, it can cool those waters. Okay, it can cool those flames with those angelic waters, and it understands how to do so objectively. It can wait for it to be at a baseline when it makes its decisions, so it can surf the highs and the lows and not get attached to it. This is the emotional detachment that Aquarius brings to us as a form of higher frequencies that transmute through love, through the color purple, through the color yellow, okay? And that allows us to align with our more ambitious goals, because you will see Taurus, the North Node in Taurus, I think, is at 10 degrees. So you're going to also see that Aquarius, during this detachment from partners, as you customize your relationships, you're also going to align with your careers and your goals, and you're going to make angular connections with other people who are in the same conscious type spaces. So if you're a cook, you're a chef, you're going to start finding chefs, you know, Chef Gordon, you know, pull up on you. I don't even know his full name. And you're going to just, you know, it might not be him, might be an associate of his. That's our 11th house. This is the humanity pulling up. You're going to start seeing humanity start speaking up for people who are going through something that's just completely unfair, completely unjust. Like, let's say Andrew Tate. It's like, come on, bro, you really got arrested from a pizza box and yada, yada, yada. Aquarians can see all that nonsense and realize, like, look, either they're going to get him, they're going to kill him in prison, or he didn't even get arrested at all. And it's a grand scheme and a grand narrative, you know, but we also can see that, you know, there's injustices, and Aquarius will stick up for that. There's injustices in the money systems. There's injustices in how they're inflating and raising prices. There's injustices about how people are pulling out their bank account and is making the rest of the world suffer. And this is only a 1 to 4% of the population. Aquarius sees all that nonsense, and we coming for your throat, baby. Venus in Aquarius. This is your AstroShaman Pernell Bobby. All right, I'm out here generating a word of harmony using astrology and human design. Check out our Astro Divinity memberships if you want to learn how to break down everything I'm breaking down without even looking at a chart right now. Like, okay, a lot of this is just raw. A lot of this is just who I am. I don't really look at charts on a daily. I just don't, unless it's for a teaching moment or something like that, or something important, decisions that need to be made that I need some oversight, some over guidance. So you know, this is a moment to really understand the deeper pressures that have happened within you. All right, understand is the key word, and that is how you can, you know, overstand in your voice, overstand in the projection, overstand in your emotions, and recognize that, look, you know what, I'm feeling this wave. I can wait for the baseline and make proper decisions. So check out our Astro Divinity memberships. We meet every first and third Sunday. The community is growing. We had a new one. Shout out to you. All right, I wish I could shout your names out, but I don't have permission to do that, so I'm gonna keep it private, okay? But all you need to know is we a bunch of fucking real life, you know, extraterrestrial thugs, okay? We literally pulled up on spaceships, and we know it, okay? We can do the inhumane and the impossible supernatural task and feats that has not been embraced or accepted on a global yet. So, you know, we can't do things necessarily in the physical, but in the metaphysical, it's been happening, and we're structuring and shaping, okay, this new physical reality, this new physical world. So be a part of the change. That's what Venus and Aquarius is asking you to do, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Go ahead and actually realize that I think right now I got discounts going on my website. I forgot about that. So you can check those out. Just click the link down in the description and drop an Aquarius emoji if you made it all the way down here. All right, because show the channel some love and get that algorithm pumping, baby. Work with me on this 11th house. Love.